What is going on, everyone? I hope you're doing well. Welcome back to the financial channel. Today we're going to be talking about budgeting. And if you've never done any budgeting before, we have an awesome video for you. And I guess if you have done budgeting before, well, we got an awesome video for you as well, because we're going to show you and give away the free way I do my budgeting. At the same time, we're going to be having another video, actually an archived video that I did 2 years ago when I was trying to make this video, which the issue behind that is basically I got some files corrupted and stuff like that. But be sure to check out that other video because I go more in depth talking about why budgeting is actually a good thing. You can also visit the Road to Financial Freedom blog post on our website if you prefer to read the information. And by the way, on most of our videos on this channel, there is a blog post associated with that, so you can always find that linked in the description. And the benefit there is that sometimes I will cut stuff out from the video, but it will still end up showing up over there. So our budget template is not only going to include your expenses, but also your income. It's going to organize your finances and give you a better overall picture, because whether you're looking to allocate more money to invest in the stock market or save up to buy a house, a car, or even go on vacation, this is going to help make your financial dreams a reality. So stay till the end. We'll show you how to get your free budget template and also how to set it up for your own personal financial situation. All right, so the first link in the description is going to take you to this landing page, and all you'll need to do is enter your email. So I'll do that right now. It's going to take you to this page where you need to make a copy, and all you do is click make a copy, and it's going to take you here. And if for whatever reason you don't get taken to that make a copy page, you get sent somewhere else, you can always, if you end up on this document, go to File and then press make a copy on your own. That may happen if you're on the mobile version. Now I'm gonna go to my, what I call tax sheet. Basically, it's all of my budgets for the past few years. I got down here, I got 2021, I got 2020, 2019. This is what the budget is gonna look like in use, and this is how you set it up for yourself. So the first part on the left is the laundry list. So this is essentially where you put every single expense, every single income. What you do is go by category, you put the date, you put the description, the payment or payout method, whether it's an income or an expense, and then whichever one it is, you put the number, the cost. So in this case, I have Instacart Family Dollar Grocery. That's something I did today, January 1st, and I paid with the Freedom Unlimited, and it was $30.96. We're going to use that information in a second to plot it actually on the right side. But I just want to point out that even if it's not January 1st, it's not the beginning of the year that you're getting into this budget, you should be fine, because it will help you for the rest of the year, and you could start fresh again in the new year. We're going to go to the middle here. It's a section called Deductions. And so this is a section I like to use for tax purposes. Now, you may not have any sort of deductions going on, but what I have, just for example, is rental units, owner occupied, depreciation, and taxes paid. Again, that's optional, but if you do your own taxes, that could be helpful. And I guess even if you don't, to give to your accountant. So now over here, we have it set up to where you can see your monthly income, monthly expenses, and expenses and incomes by category, as well as the total and the overall for the whole year. Right now, I have incomes of stock options, rental income, business, DoorDash user testing, and hustles. You're gonna get a list that's already there. You can just type in and change the categories to whatever you have. I'll show you in a second what you do if you need to add categories or subtract categories, because for the incomes, I need to add categories, but in the expenses, I need to subtract. So for my expenses right now, I have housing, TIMR, which is a real estate acronym standing for taxes, insurance, maintenance, management, utilities, reserves. Any sort of housework, maintenance, stuff like that is going to go in there for me. And then I have grocery, utilities, business, delivery, transportation, ultimate, taxes, and other. And then the rest of the categories I don't really need. This budget is set up with a bunch of equations. You see all the zeros throughout. If you double click on these, or if you look at what's in these boxes, it says equals sum, open parentheses, zero, close parentheses. And so the 0 is just a placeholder right now. And so we'll get into how you actually record data in a second. But what I first want to show you is how to add some categories if you need to. So what I want to do is continue on from hustles into a couple more categories for me in the income section. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight this entire row to the end and then go all the way down, and I'm going to Control C, which copies it, delete it. And then you're going to see that the colors are still there. You can change the colors after you're done, but first what you'll need to do is put in the categories. So I put in the final two categories, dividends, interest, and other. I'm going to go to where the next spot would be, which I'm just skipping a space in between each. Control V, which pastes it. So now I have back to where I started. The colors may be a little bit different. Like right here, all you need to do is if it's yellow and you want to make it white again, just highlight it and then just go up here to the little paint bucket and press reset. You notice that there's no zeros here because we don't have the equations set up in these spots. How you do that is you can simply type in one of them, the equation equals sum, open parentheses, 0, close parenthesis, press enter. You can copy that and paste it to the rest here. And then if you want to fill in the colors again, make it all pretty, you can do that as well. Now, when you are changing it up, make sure that everything is in order. These right here. So you double click on some of these. The ones that are totals, those are going to be adding up the entire column or the entire row. So in this case, you could see that it goes from L7 to L18. So that's this point right here to the bottom. And what you'll want to do is make that actually L3 because you want it to go all the way up to the top and to count the entire column for the income in the month of February in this case. So once you have that, you can press enter. You can Control C it to copy, paste it to the rest of the row here. And you can double check again, just double click, make sure it's including all of the column. All right, so that's how you add some of the categories. Now let's go down to expenses and let's subtract some of them. After other, I don't need any of these, so I'm going to highlight these all the way until the total here. And I'm going to highlight all of these. And I'm just going to press delete on that. Actually, you could double click or right click and press delete cells and shift up. So that's just going to do it for you. Now, again, you want to make sure the totals in each month and for each category are correct. Let's double click here or right click and see that it's all in good shape. This bottom part here, which is the profit. So this right here, it's a subtraction equation. I'll show you. It says equal K19 minus K44. So that's going to be subtracting the total income for the month minus the total expenses for the month. That's going to give you, how much money you actually made in the month. Over here, this is going to be total for the entire year. What you can do is just make sure that the correct boxes are highlighted. So for example, if this said W17 minus W44, I would know to change it to W19. You can let me know if you have any questions and I'll try to help you out the best I can. You have your category set up. How do you actually record the data onto the right side? So you want to bring the left side information, which is the laundry list, to the right side. And how do you do that? Well, let's do it right here. We have our Instacart Family Dollar expense, and we see on this box where we put the number of the expense, it's box D2. So you can see the column, D row 2. And all you need to do is go over here to our expenses. That's a grocery expense for us in January. You type in, instead of the 0, you can erase the 0 and go D2. Enter, and boom, it shows up right here. It shows up in our total expenses. It shows up in our total profit as negative 30.96. All you're doing is, if it's an expense, it's going to be in the column D. If it's an income, it's going to be in the column E. But essentially, you just input it into the equation that's already there for you. Now, let's say I had another expense today. I'll just show you another grocery. I'll say Meyer grocery here. Payment method. Maybe we use our Sapphire Preferred, and let's say it was $10. Let's say we missed something on the other grocery trip, but we want another one, as you can see, if we did it today, again, you don't have to put the date again. I just wanted to show you that so you don't necessarily waste a little bit more time. But this is box D3. And so we go down to our grocery in January, and we go double click. And what you want to do is just after the D2 you already have, you put a comma and then enter D3. Enter, and it's going to add up right there. Boom. Bada book, bada boom, you should be good to go. I hope you got some good information out of this video. I hope you actually use the template. I think it really helps give you a visual understanding of how much money you can actually profit at the end of the month. And then if you are able to do that, then you could allocate that money towards investments, towards saving, stuff like that. Help you reach your financial goals and eventually financial freedom. And so if you did enjoy, I would appreciate it, and it would really help out the channel. If you did hit the thumbs up button, if you subscribed, turn notification bells on, share the video with a friend, share the video with someone who maybe has never used a budget before. I hope it's not too confusing for you, but I just did want to share a free way and a way that I use to help me understand my own finances better. There's always going to be links in the description to referral links, stuff like that, that help support the channel, donations. Also, you can follow me on Instagram where there's some more content over there. And with that being said, I hope to see you next time. Peace out, my friends.